All right, Twitch chat. Yeah, I don't know. Like, talked about some stuff. Obviously, C9's fucked. In a lot of ways. I don't know. I don't know if there's gonna be roster changes for C9. Have not heard anything yet. I know it sounds like over dramatic, to talk about. But I don't think that it's actually over dramatic. I talked about in January when I initially came back to like streaming and stuff that I did not think that this would be a super team because there's fundamental problems with the core mesh, I think, of personalities with the players. And one of the things that I started talking about like a couple of years ago is like stack deck personality teams. I think that's really, really, really important. So anyways, that aside, I don't think that is necessarily a reason for them to lose to Team Liquid. I do think that's pretty unacceptable. I did talk with Selfmade. I don't know, like, really the extent of, like, what I can say on that regard. I do think, look, I predicted C9 to win 3-0 today. They didn't win. They got ass blasted. That is just the reality of it. C9 spends more money than pretty much any other team in the league for the last couple of years, right? Barring that one Team Liquid roster, I think. And I think that FlyQuest roster with Prince might have just maybe been more, or like maybe it was like comparable. I think it was like it was pretty close. But I think, like, the totality, because, again, there's, like, more people on C9, right? Like, C9 has a big staff and other stuff. This is, like, the really, like, confusing thing. And I think a lot of people... So I said I would talk about this with Selfmade at the end of the stream, but, like, a lot of people seemed, like, perplexed about the C9 drama thing that happened, like, last week. The drama context, any explainers were, like, I brought up the Max Waldo podcast, and then I even linked the clips, in the fucking thing. Wait, why does it say deleted? Oh, did they delete the quote? Oh, he deleted the quote retweet. Oh, that's why it was deleted. Oh, okay. Anyways, yeah, it's this the whole thread of like really just I don't even know what to call these people. I don't know. It's a very I don't know. Well, Bobby isn't just a staff member. Bobby is the brother-in-law of Jack. I asked the input of why Max would step down as head coach. It is my belief that LS had asked because C9 Bobby did not engage with what was said about the systems and its supposed limits on the team. C9 Bobby has seemingly spun the question about Max's circumstances as an attack on his position. Ultimately, this discussion did not clarify much, but there are clips that speak briefly about Max's regions, such as inferior practice environment, less practice in general, and the absence of culture in which you think and act as unison. Now, whether the systems contribute to these reasons are open to question. As far as we know, the systems, according to Mythy, has been dedicated to exercise, but now includes sleep, diet, effort, and continuous learning with the intention to sustain and retain the player. My 2 cents, there is a lot more downtime than we think. There may be politics and drama within the team itself due to the special treatment. 3, Max recognized the cards he's dealt with cannot bring him international success based on the above suspicions.
Hey guys, this is Jack Etienne with Cloud9.
So
some of the team members
this is where the first
recent LS situation, why he was released, and where disappointed we were with LS was the radar team. And despite our best efforts working with LS to try to come to terms and see eye to eye on how that should work, we're unable to make that actually happen. I think it's important to note that all players and management were aware of these issues and frustrations and our mutual efforts to try to resolve them over the last several weeks.
So anyways, C9 makes the initial meme of the systems thing, but where's the fucking, I don't even remember, where's, I love this fucking thread, dude. These fucking morons, man. God, fucking retards. Like, maybe they're not actually retarded. It's just like the way that they arrive at conclusions are like, I got fucking quote retweeted by the brother-in-law of the fucking company. and then the guy is calling someone in the comments a liar, and then I ask a question which would obviously immediately contradict what he's calling the person a liar about. I'm the one starting drama. What are we saying, man? Anyways, yeah, let me go into my downvoted comments here. See. What the fuck is that? Wait, I'm really weirded out right now. Hold on. I didn't delete these. Oh,
I think we talked about this in even our last podcast, like all the reasons why it's so difficult to stand up.
Okay, that was so weird. Why was it? Okay, you see the URL is identical, but okay, that's so weird that the link broke. The link somehow is broken on the C9 subreddit. That's so weird. Anyways,
even our last podcast, like all the reasons why it's so difficult to stand up against Korea and China every year, that they have like better practice environments, they have that they practice more, they have more active players on their server, that their culture is built upon thinking the same way, thinking as one, right, and acting on that.
Right.
It seems very hard for us to do the same. So you would need somebody in that position who can somehow bridge these differences and make the difference. I don't think that I can do that. So I don't think that it's realistic for me to say like, yeah, I'm gonna coach a team this year and we're gonna beat Korea and China. And I don't know who can say that realistically. I think we talked about this in even our last podcast. Like,
you said that you'd be interested in so many more other things, right? Other than just coaching. And is that directly related to perhaps an inability to do things that you would want to do, or realizing that there is almost seemingly it's an impossible task to do things that you think should happen?
Yeah, you could say that. Like, if our task or if our goal in the year is to make it to semifinals, right? To beat Korea and China. Right now, I don't.
We'll
think
let the clip play out.
Like Western teams, so I think it's really difficult to be in a coaching position, and know that that's what you have to do, but not be able to make the impact necessary to do it.
Okay, so Max Waldo is coming off of the head coach position at C9. Now, a lot of people do not know how, I'm going to use the word precious, Max was to C9, okay? People do not know things that went on inside of C9. Max was a golden child in C9, okay? So when I basically said that Max was one of the greatest hires that C9 ever had, and then Bobby affirms that as the brother-in-law of Jack, okay, people do not know things that Max did inside of C9, okay? And I think that there's multiple people that have probably been through C9 over the years, or maybe now are in different departments, that would speak to Max's positions within C9 and things that he did that weren't even specifically tied to his job. So Max's departure from the company says more than just his departure. That's what I was alluding to in my fucking tweet chain. When one of the most competent people in your entire company is saying that apparently they couldn't do or create or foster these things, how's that possible? Now, yes, my question's very leading. Anyone with 2 fucking brain cells could obviously tell that my question is leading. It is obvious. It is fucking bright as the sun can be what the fuck my phrasing was trying to get at here. His response is about as bland as you could be. Everything was laid out the way that it was. Like, so, look. TLDR, it sucks that, and again, I feel very bad. Like, again, predicted C9 to win today. Okay? Predicted C9 to win today. Thought that they would. Their players, I think, are all better than TL's. I genuinely think that, right? There is no doubt in my mind that all of their players are, like, better pound for pound, right? I have no doubt about that. But I think it's very apparent, even when watching them last year, right? Even when watching them last year, and now especially watching them this year, right? They almost went 50% in you know, an 8-team spring split. They almost went 50% with this super roster. Okay, they're like, oh, what can I even? Oh my god, I just want to bash my head against a fucking wall, man. Yeah, it sucks. It sucks. It definitely sucks for sure. So now, obviously, all teams do things, and, you know, C9 aren't the only ones with problems, or that, you know, C9's not the only one that could do things better, and all this other stuff. The main thing, however, though, is that C9 has way more going for it than so many other teams. That's the main thing, and I think, and this is what I was alluding to in my tweets, by the way, that's what made Max walk away from League. Now, also, Max apparently, he revealed on stream last week that he's going to be in Korea. I'm also supposed to be starting a podcast with Max that is not necessarily, it's not related to League of Legends. It's related to skill sets in general, learning in general, like game theory, learning, processing, thought processes, these types of things. We're talking about stuff now. For people that do not know, Max is basically now one of, like, the head managers. Yes, he does the OnlyFans stuff with the OnlyFans couple, but Max is actually primarily the manager of multiple super viral TikTok, YouTube, etc. channels. That is what Max primarily does. And, like, social media and algorithm and, like, this type of stuff. Learning all of that. And I think Max's end goal, and I'll probably ask him about this, is to, like, do stuff that is of the super viral category that can expand even more than what he's doing now. But anyways, the reason that the tweets, and again, fucking sucks. I'm being so careful with language right now. The reason that Max just quit League, I believe, from, like, the convos that we had on stream and the convos that we had on that podcast, is because he felt like if C9 couldn't fix these things, when C9 is the most capable of fixing these things or doing these things, or, like, if these problems or these things are persistent here, etc., yada yada yada, then how bad does it exist elsewhere? Or, like, what is the point of trying to, you know, what is the point of trying to do these things elsewhere if similar hurdles are going to be encountered and stuff like that? And basically, that's the sad thing, is that C9 is kind of like the Yankees in a way, like in the early 2000s, in a way, where the Yankees in the early 2000s, they would have the most resources, and they would just spend the most money, and they would have, like, the most possible aid that they could get, and sometimes they'd win, or they'd make really good runs, and then other times they just wouldn't win, right? Like, that was the Yankees. That was the New York Yankees. Yeah, I don't know. But anyways, C9's results, even domestically, and I understand that domestically their results look really good, right? Domestically, their results look good, right? If you go to their results, right, it looks good. Spring playoffs, right? 14-4 round robin, 2023 spring playoffs here. 3-1 Golden Guardians, 2023 summer, 13-5 here. Then they get second, and then Worlds they go 1-3, right? Here they go 8-6. They almost went 7-7, right? And then here 2022, this was this is okay. So this is 2022. This is with Max, right? Summer. This is where they had the late start, right? They started like 0-5 or something. I can't remember what the fuck this was. I think this was the late start. I think they started 0-5, something like that. 3-0, right? So domestically, it looks like, you know, things are fine. But I think when you compare it to like what it should be, given what they have and the stability that they have and the infrastructure, because again, you have to know the ins and outs of like other teams and like what goes on. Wait, they actually have his full name, Maxwell Waldo here. So fucking cool. That's where I think that it gets kind of bad. Anyways, I'm only talking about this because Selfmade asked about it. People asked about it on Twitter. And then, yeah. So that's it. Anyways, that's all. All right. Talk to you guys all. What the fuck is this thumbnail? Every Wait, this is actually a banger thumb. Alright, I'll see you guys later. This is actually a banger thumb. Alright, I'll see you guys later. Bye bye. See you tomorrow. FlyQuest versus Team Liquid Suit. Bye.